English, and I have a lot of connections in Syria. So the main result of the Syrian war was this, what we call today the refugee crisis, which I don't see it as a crisis. Actually, it could be opportunity, but the crisis is the war, not the result of the war. So the refugee crisis started at some point in 2012. So there was a refugee crisis before, but no one was talking about it. No one was tackling this problem because no one really cared. But since Syria was a bit of a complex situation and every global power had some kind of involvement in this issue, it came up to the surface and everyone was talking about it. So the most affected countries by this wave of refugees or immigrants are the neighboring countries of Syria, such as Lebanon, Jordan, Turkey, even Iraq. Right now, so in late 2014 until 2015, the huge wave of refugees started to arrive in Europe, taking the most dangerous trips to go to Europe to basically find a life, to start building a life after 4 years of a war that no one sees an end of for. So in Europe, the most of the reactions were actually, especially in Germany, the reaction was really unexpected. People were very welcoming at the beginning. Of course, there was some voices from some nationalistic parties, like the Party Alternative for Germany, who are the new Nazis. They are, of course, anti-immigration, a very small group in Germany. But later on, since Europe was not prepared for such a huge wave of migration, things started to fall down. Accommodation and settling centers were overwhelmed. Too many people to host. Very few programs to get the refugees to more or less melt into the society, to learn the language, to learn about the system in Europe, and that escalated things up. So the whole Turkey, I don't know if you are familiar with a deal that was done between the European Union and Turkey late 2015, early 2016, when they basically suggested that Turkey enforce more control on its borders to stop refugees from taking those dangerous trips to Greece and from Greece to Northern Europe. In exchange of more money, to more financial aids to Turkey, and basically getting Turkey into the EU, which didn't happen, and now things are escalating again. So Turkey has over 2 million Syrian refugees who are waiting for a chance to go to Europe, because basically there's no future for Syrians in surrounding countries of Syria, like Lebanon, Jordan, and Turkey. So basically the problem right now we have for refugees, and of course there's a very important thing we need to mention. Refugees are not only coming from Syria, there are refugees from Africa, from Afghanistan, from Iraq, from Yemen. All these places are witnessing wars and some climate change related issues. But of course, one of 5 refugees is Syrian, so that's why everyone, when we say refugee crisis, we think about Syria immediately. Anyway, the problem we have in Europe right now is Syrians are most likely gonna get asylum, while other nationalities might not. Most likely they won't. They will be deported, and that's not okay, because actually those people are not there for a trip. They are not there for summer holiday. They have problems. It's a matter of life and death for them. That's why they took these dangerous trips to get there. The second issue is no one is really, if we want to deal with the refugee crisis as a disease, you don't go and treat the symptoms. You go and treat the cause of the disease. You treat the virus. No one is working on that. Everyone is talking about how we solve the issue of stopping people from coming in, but no one is really tackling the main problem. Like, let's stop the war first, and then I think most of these refugees want to go back. Very few of them would like to stay where they arrived. So the political situation in Syria is only getting, since I'm only going to talk about Syria because that's what I have been working on for the last 3 years. So the political situation is getting more complicated now, and therefore the military situation is getting bloodier, and that makes people want to leave. And most of them are stuck between Turkey, Lebanon, Jordan, or somewhere in Greece, or somewhere in European countries where they are still waiting to get asylum. But this wave will not stop anytime soon, because the main reason that causes this whole wave of refugees is still existing, which is the war. Long story short, the answer to how we face refugee crisis is not by building walls, not by enforcing more border control. It's actually about, the answer is to stop the war, to stop the reasons these people are leaving, and help them find themselves in their homelands, because no one wants to leave his homeland unless he has to. That's all I want to say right now, and thank you for having me.